Hello, heroes and villains. Welcome to Multiverse. So we're back with our Electric Superman character. Just give me again 1 minute to finish my setup over here, and then we'll be good to go. I'll do the thumbnail a bit later, so it should go a little tiny bit faster. Almost there. Still on target. And no, I did not purchase the Nebula Chroma on the marketplace. Although I was very tempted. The problem is that I already have it on a handful of characters. And even then, even though I already have it, I still was tempted to buy it again. But the reason why I did not need to buy it for our friend Superman is that I already had a material saved up for a rainy day, and today was that day. Well, actually, I did that a couple of days ago, but you get the idea. So I was able to give a nice look to our Superman for his healer armory. But let's go back to our DPS armory because that's probably what we're going to use today. Oh, I have a skill point. So it's skill point time. Oh, let's go here. There we go. So the last time we did play some tier 1 missions if I recall correctly. So we don't have access to the tier 2 missions just yet, but we'll get there soon enough. We're just actually we're combat training 53, but we might be a bit more than that. Oh, we're combat training 53. Okay. Oh no, is the title of my video is a lie. My pants are on fire. Ah, too bad. So sad. Um, so last time we did play some solo missions all the way up to. I seem to recall we did play the playing card company mission. I think. So we could move on maybe to some duo missions, and we are going to be brave. We are going to play those missions solo because why not? Actually, before we do that, let's do something else first. Last time I did mention that for the Gotham University warehouse, you do fight 5 bosses in that one mission. So let's see if we can get some better gear from that mission. Way back when, it used to be a way to be able to get some pretty nice drops very quickly. Is that you would play that mission a couple of times, and then you would end up with every time you would run that mission, you would get 5 pieces of gear. Oh, hello, Junior. If you can hear me, say yes. Sadly, Junior, it would seem that people are gone for the summer vacation. Hello, Junior. Hello, the guy.
Hello? Is anyone there? Hey, over here! You gotta break us out! There's something loose in here! Break through the wall and get us out!
So you may have noticed in the new DLC in the solo mission, they've used that idea a
No!
little bit.
They're clawing their way through!
Although in that new mission, there's only one wall to break. Here you can see you have to pretty much
Get
dig.
it off me! Get it off me!
You have to dig a tunnel through the wall. Oh yeah. Also, I gave a few artifacts to my character. So basically, there's a large respite that I gave to all my characters. It's the first artifact that I did Wolfpack way back when, and then at some point I needed I came to realize that the Clarion was actually a pretty darn good healer artifact. And not just a healer artifact, it was good for pretty much any character. So I got that one. Quizlet just because I love the character. No reason in particular. I tried the Dead King Spectre some time ago, and I really liked it. And especially now that we have the Elite Henchman, like the Dead King Spectre reduces the cooldown of the Henchman by 10%. Well, when the cooldown is like 240 seconds, that's 24 seconds. So it's not nothing. And of course, my new artifact, the Sinistro's Corrupted Power Ring. I was very, very sad at first. When I got the artifact, I tried to upgrade it, and I got stuck to like rank 154. And because I wanted to upgrade it, and I wanted to wolfpack it, sadly at 154, I could not wolfpack it. So sadly, I was very sad until I realized, and then I had some Destiny tokens. So I used pretty much all the Destiny tokens. I had to purchase some Ant Metal from Dr. Fate. That was a mistake. It barely did a dent. But then I realized I went through the inventory of my characters, trying to find some Ant Metal on my alternate characters, and then remembered that, oops, I had stocked a whole bunch of Ant Metal for like about a year's worth of Ant Metal on one of my characters. So that allowed me to be able to rank up the artifact to rank to 100. And then, of course, I was able to wolfpack it. We had a sale. Whenever there's a sale, that is the time to be able to upgrade some of those items.
Just what I wanted.
When there's something expensive like the Wolfpack artifacts, and you get it for 30% off, that's when you buy it.
Guarding them in these chambers. These relics are turning
So the guy, I'm not rich, but I do try to benefit from sales when they do happen.
Better get their eyes back in place.
Gur says, and the journey continues with Electric Superman. Absolutely. Oh, David Sharp says, back to watch until his lunch is over. So I did not think much about the Sinistro Ring at first, but I have to admit, I'm starting to like it. And the one thing I like the most is that you don't even need to think about it. There's some artifacts that are a bit clunky to use. You have to count the amount of counter that you get, and here you don't do anything. You just you use a power, it gives you the ability or the buff, and that's it. And I even combine it with the Clarion in order to be able to get a shield, and it even gives me a bit of healing if I want to. Now you can get some healing from some other abilities, like 200, but the Clarion seems to heal a little bit better. Or maybe not. But the thing also is the Clarion doesn't really use power, as opposed to the other healing abilities. So very often people will struggle with electric because it is a bit power hungry. But if you use something like the Clarion, you can do damage, heal yourself, and not use too much power. But the main reason is that I replaced the shield I had with the Clarion. I usually have one shield in my loadout, and with the Clarion, it allows me to have not a shield. Or it allows me to have a shield that also has a bit of healing abilities. I'll probably tweak my loadout at some point, but right now I really like this year to be able to do some sort of crowd control around my character. This allows me to do a whole bunch of damage over time. So some damage and usually some healing as well. And of course, the thing that did surprise me with the Clarion is that the shield is pretty much pretty much consistent. Like you only have a chance to get the shield, but dang it, most of the time you do get the shield. So you can get a shield. It's a pretty reliable way to get a shield. And again, it does more than just give you a shield. And it also shields your friends. It heals your group and yourself. So it does a whole bunch of stuff. So that is why I pretty much fell in love with it. So I didn't think much of it at first. Also, I thought that it was sadly one more attempt to try to turn healers into battle healers. But I have to admit, after trying it out, really trying it out for a bit, came to realize that it was a pretty darn good ability. So let's select our reward. Oh, let's go for. So again, here we have. Oh, actually, we have some gear we could pick up. So that's the reason why playing this mission is a good idea. You will get 5 bosses, and each bosses will give you a choice between a whole bunch of gear. So normally when you go through that mission, like way back when, if you were lucky, you would go through that mission once, and you would pass to the next tier. This time, I guess we were not so lucky, or maybe they made some changes that I didn't notice. So we may have to play this mission, I don't know, a couple of times to do that. But yeah, it is a good mission. It is a good mission to level up. Absolutely, Girth. Hello, Heroic Games. I should watch where I'm flying. Oh, there's one with a cats. There we go. So again, the one thing I like about the new artifact, you just forget about it. You don't have to count the amount of counters. You don't have to count to count how many times you attack with your weapon or how many times you attack with your. You use a power, and it pretty much triggers. Again, there's I think it's a 60% chances to trigger the ability, and it triggers pretty consistently. It's pretty reliable in triggering the ability. So you just equip the artifact and you forget about it. And then you get a little nice animation that tells you that you are getting a buff from the artifact. Gerst says, and you have a chance to get the lovely Catwoman goggles. Absolutely. I got the Catwoman pants the other day. The goggles, I played this mission hundreds of times, and I think I got the goggles maybe once. And at the time, I did not need it anymore. I had bought at the time I bought it from the broker. I was just trying to show if maybe there was something behind the crates for people who maybe do not know, but...
Hey, you gonna get rid of these cat people so I can finish fixing this pipe? You gotta go in and turn off 4 valves along the way to open up the gate at the end. But don't breathe too deep. The place is full of fumes.
Junior says, I say we need more movement power related. You're probably correct. So here there is some evil gas that will slow you down. But also there are some cats, like you saw the cats that are running. If they run where you are, they will push you back. So you have to be, there you go, you see them? So if you're there when they run by, they will push you back. And that is the one drawback, I guess, with the Clarion, is that you have to attack some enemy in order to be able to get the shield. So if there's no enemy to attack, you cannot just use it to get a shield. Like normally I would get a shield, and it would allow me to be able to move forward a bit faster. Not an option here, unless do we have a cat here? Well, I guess not. Sometimes there's an evil cat who will be hiding. Oh, speak of the, and there you saw. So as soon as I attacked him, I got my shield. So sadly, no attack. No NPC to attack, no shield. That is the one drawback I would have for the Clarion over a shield. But again, it does shield your group, and it does heal yourself and your group. So it's a small price to pay, I suppose. So I guess the cat only appears. Yeah, it only appears once I activate the console. It happens. So again, you can see dying the shield is reliable. You get it pretty much every time you need it. So I was really surprised by that. I thought usually when there's items where you have a random chances of getting something, I'm so used to not getting the random chance that I usually don't use items that gives you a random chance. But in the case of the Clarion, the random is pretty darn good.
Come closer.
Evil kitty cat. Also for the Sinistro ring, I thought it would only be useful for might. We got the headpiece. We don't have the style. So here, as you can see, sadly we don't have a piece of gear. So let's equip the headpiece. Although it doesn't really matter, I just noticed. So you can see here we have reached combat rating 60. So that was enough to be able to move us to the next tier. So I was going to try to play some of the duo missions solo to try to move on to the next tier, but turns out we're not going to need to. Gersh says, was this mission hard way back in the day? It depends. There's sometimes where it was challenging, but it wasn't too challenging way back when. Although at some point when we got I forget if it's when we got the stats revamp or there was some big update at some point where it made a whole bunch of missions way harder, and this was one of them. So there are some people sadly who, once we got the update, we're struggling quite a bit with this mission. But now I wouldn't say it's very hard. Although there are some bits that are a bit challenging, like you see the old cats over here. You're going to meet a whole bunch of them in this map, and there is a feat for defeating all the big lions without defeating any of the smaller lions. That is the part that is challenging. Trying because at first the little cats are not your friends. So it's very easy for you to end up knocking them out without meaning to. So you have to be extra careful. You have to do a single target attack and make sure you don't target one of the little cats. So you have in order to be able to get that feat, you have to try it out a few times. And again, you have to make sure to do single target attacks so that you don't end up targeting one of the lion cub by accident. So you saw once you defeat the big cat, the smaller cat becomes your friend. But until it becomes your friend, very very easy to defeat it without meaning to. Davy Jones says, does the Sinistro Ring art hit from far range? Well, it depends on your range. Basically, what it does is, I'll try to show you. Like it starts with your attack. Like if your attack has a long range, then yeah, you'll be able to attack from a distance. Like let's see. So the evil cat ruined what I was trying to show, but you saw as soon as you start attacking with a power ability, the ability does trigger. And then afterwards, it triggers every 3 seconds. And I thought it would only trigger when you use your powers. Actually, it does trigger even when you attack using weapons. So to trigger the ability, you have to use your powers. But then afterwards, pretty much any attack you do every 3 seconds will trigger the ability. Oh, we got a nice ring here. No choice. Let's go for the ring. Give me the ring. And let us equip it. And let us continue. So basically it has to do with the range of your attacks. Like you saw, the ring did trigger. And let's see if we can trigger it again. There you go again.
This'll be quick. I will drag you to the darkness.
I'm a bit surprised. Don't really. Oh, there they are. I was wondering where the other cats were. So you can see, whenever you see the green explosion, that is the artifact doing its work. So unlike, oh, we got a new mask, I guess. Let's go for the mask. So unlike the Candle of Neron, where you have to do a certain amount of criticals in order to be able to crank out the artifact and then do a whole bunch of damage. You don't have to do any of that. I just realized I may have forgotten. Did I forget to pick one of the... Oh, no, I'm good. Okay. I thought I forgot to pick the eyes of the previous cat.
I did so enjoy that.
But I guess not.
The
Oh, David Sharp says lunch over.
Perfect.
Everyone have a good night. Thank you,
Now let's see
David.
what power these relics possess.
You wish to control us. Now we shall control you. You sought to make us submit. Now you will submit to us.
Oh, no, I'm in the wrong position. Don't ask me why. I usually do this from the seal over here. It's something I did way back when, and that's how it is. I cannot explain it.
So you want to?
You cannot destroy what is
I'm not sure why the lanterns are not doing anything.
I am without.
There we go.
dare to destroy our ancient might.
So sadly, you have to defeat Catwoman 9 times. So let's see if we can speed up the process a little bit with our lanterns.
You dare to destroy our ancient might?
The power of the lion transforms you. Show your might.
Beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
Play nice.
You dare to destroy our ancient might?
The power of the lion transforms.
Halfway through. Stay on target.
You cannot destroy what has been unleashed.
The stealth of the panther invades your being.
So sadly, as you saw, lots of talky talk. So it kind of uses up the cooldown of the henchmen. So they probably won't stay until the end, or maybe they will. Nah, they won't. Oh
You dare
noes!
to destroy our ancient might?
Foolish mortal, you shall not possess our power. Instead, we shall possess you. You shall be our vessel as we enslave this world.
So again, we choose a piece of loot. Let's go for the chest piece. +1 is a +1. And also we got some commendations. But we did not get the Catwoman goggles.
Oh, those alien creeps possessed me. Oh,
Which is fine.
well,
I did not
they're
expect we
gone
would.
now. And the diamonds too, A pity. When next we meet, I'll have to remember I owe you at least one of my 9 lives.
Girth says, what's your favorite solo story mission? Very easy, the Charlotte Speedster. The mission with the evil Red Death. Let's just imprint our armory while we can. We'll do the heater armory later. So, oh, that is, now I get it. We're not combat rating 60 just yet. The mission made us combat rating 60. I keep on making that boo-boo. I have a few pieces of gear I should sell on a broker. Maybe at some point. So false alarm, we're not combat rating 60 just yet. So it will give us a chance to be able to play some of the duos. And let's try those duos as a solo player. One of the challenges for playing DC Universe Online, especially if you play on platforms like Switch, is that there's not a lot of players. So I believe that you can play at least a good chunk of the game solo if you want to. I should probably make a video about that, like how to play DC Universe Online solo. I'm sure I'll do that at some point. Davy Jones says, I got a character from DC you probably never heard of. Multiverse. Ever heard of Professor Pig? Absolutely. We even got, I think, a face mask inspired by him or something like that. He's a character that has been created by Grant Morrison, and I believe Frank Whiteley was drawing the book at the time. It was at the time where Dick Grayson was Batman. At the time, I'm not sure if they thought Bruce Wayne was dead, or if it was the time where we had Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson were pretty much Batman at the same time. Like we had pretty much multiple Batmen running around, and then we ended up having Batman Inc. But either way, it's around that time. So you had Dick Grayson, who was Batman. You had Damian Wayne, who was Robin. And basically, they were trying to go against type. Like normally, Robin was the happy-go-lucky guy, and Batman was the broody fellow. And here we had the reverse. We had Batman being the happy guy, and Robin being the broody fellow. I think we may have seen Professor Pig also in the Gotham TV show, but I could be misremembering.
Security breach confirmed. Eliminate the metahuman.
Gur says it's not that much to buy out the rewards for the new legendary event, especially if you're a member, but I think I'll just play all 10 days. Yeah, if you can play the 10 days, unless you really cannot wait to get the new rewards, then yeah, play the 10 days. There's no need for the buyout option. Evil monkeys. So let's see if we can not get hit by the barrels. Evil barrels. Almost. Almost. Way back when, these evil barrels will break our gear, forcing us to pay for repairs. Luckily, that time is behind us. And sometimes we would have... Oh, there he is.
Bananas! Who wants bananas? Get your fresh bananas. And no monkey business. I'm just here to deliver bananas.
So there are various missions early on where you have to find ambush bug. And once you find him in all the missions where he's at, you do get a feat. And Gur says it's not that expensive to buy out the event. I have to admit, I did not even notice. So for the summer seasonal, here you can see. So it started at 40 bucks. We're down to 22 bucks. And let's see for the Superman event. So the buyout started at 20 bucks and we're down to 16 bucks. So yeah, it's not that expensive, but you don't have to pay for it. Like at this point, there's no reason not to just play the event.
Quickly. Found them for Grodd. Found them for Grodd.
Oh, not sure why I was targeting the chesty chest. It happens. Oh, let's summon our friend Shazam to help us out. Because why not? Yeah, Shazam is only like a 1-star at this point. But better than no Shazam, I guess. Let's break the little chesty chest. So I'm not sure why they have the missions raise your combat rating to combat rating 60.
You will not get in the way of our plans for Flash.
I don't think you would need that, but I guess the devs decided you do, so there we are. So let's fight the evil Professor Zoom, the Reverse Flash of the 25th century. So ideally you want to stun him at least a little bit so that he doesn't run all over the place.
No, Flash must suffer. That's the only way.
Oh, that's a really nice belt, so let's put it on. So it did raise our combat rating to 57.
Detecting prisoners escaping. Sending reinforcements. The humans are escaping.
Evil humans, how dare they escape?
Headless apes, get away! Found them for Grodd.
I waited half a second too late. My shield was gone.
Halt where you stand, human.
But it's okay. I can stun evil monkeys.
Now who's laughing, monkey boys?
And you'll notice sometimes I have a tendency to play as a controller, trying to stun enemies and crowd control them. Uh, Basically, in a nutshell, I learned to play the game as a controller. Well, I learned to play as a DPS like most people, but the first role I learned to play was a controller. And I pretty much play most of my characters as if I was still a controller somehow. Or I still have the play style of a controller, even if I play as a tank or a healer. So I'll have a tendency to try to have like a pull move, or to try to have crowd control abilities, or shields, or stunning.
Found them for Grodd.
So once in a while, it can take a while for the shield to actually appear. But luckily, it's a once in a while thing, which again really surprised me. Again, so far, whenever I use the shield ability, it's pretty reliable. And I should shut my pie hole, because I said that it doesn't want to work. See, when I shut my pie hole, it actually works. I guess we're lucky that the big guy is too big. He wasn't able to fit through the door. Sometimes you can use
All security
the,
forces, repel the intruder.
the location to your advantage. Enough barrels. Let's continue. And let us save our friend,
Quick,
the Flash.
get me out of here before Grodd sees you. Use that control over there. Watch it. He's devolving those prisoners.
Devolving? Ignorant, vainglorious fools. You know nothing. Primitive scum. Tremble before Grodd.
It's go time.
Found them for Grodd.
Oh yeah, just realized. Let's summon our summons.
Think fast.
You will stand down.
Try to keep your eyes
I'm still not used to the new elite summons,
on
the elite henchmen.
Grodd is. Yes, he is.
sometimes I have a tendency not to use them early enough because I'm not used to the new duration, I guess. But we'll get there. Although somehow they're not attacking. Oh well.
Hey, Furface! Wanna dance?
Resist.
My will is unbreakable.
I have no fear.
What's the matter, Grodd? Scared to face me head on?
Boo, boo, boo!
In brightest day.
Almost there. Stun target.
You'll rue the day you crossed Grodd, human. We will meet again.
David Jones asks, do you think when do you think they will add a cross-faction grouping? We don't know just yet.
City and check with Solivar. See you in a flash.
We know that they want to add it, but they're probably working on it right now. But were they able to make it work? Maybe there's some issues we don't know about that just doesn't make it possible just yet. That's enough for the barrels for today. So let's get out of here. So for the cross-faction grouping, we know that it is something they want to do. So are they going to be able to do it? I don't see why not. Unless there's some sort of technical issues that prevents that. I'm sure we'll get it at some point. The only real question is when. Oh, let's got a new ring. So let's do it. Oh, we got a new belt also. So we're at 57. No choice. We'll have to try out another mission. So let's see what next. Oh, wrong tab. Gotham University. So let's go there. Private match. Ready and go.
The bones of Isis lie in a tomb deep below. Black Adam and Faust have begun the ritual to give her life. We must move quickly.
Now, it did seem a bit backward for them to give us a cross-faction leagues before giving us cross-faction grouping. I'm guessing that somehow that's what they were working on to begin with for some reason. Maybe they were working on something else, and it did lead them to create the cross-faction league. I guess we'll never know. So here, did you see that? The evil zombie threw a bench at us. So I've no doubt we'll get cross-faction grouping. The only question is when will we get it? I'm sure I mentioned it before, but one of the reasons why I love End Blasters, it's a great long-range weapon, and you can switch to melee if you want to. So it's a great long-range, great melee weapon. I love it. When I was using it way back when with my Magneto character, I really enjoyed it. And you'll notice that I often use a pulse beam because it does. It's one of the more powerful End Blaster's attack, but also way back when it used to be a block breaker. It's still a block breaker, but now it only block breaks once you start using the ability. Way back when, for as long as you were using the ability, you were block breaking. So in PvP, it made it a great weapon. I would just use pulse beam and block break. What used to be called turtle or spam blockers.
Blasphemer!
And also, it pushes back enemies also. So sometimes you'll have an enemy that starts doing, that's about to do his big attack, and then you push him back and you pretty much cancel his attack. So that is another reason why I love this weapon. But you'll notice that a lot of people prefer the one-handed weapon because it has a faster attack. But to me, the Hand Blaster is the... I would say the best weapon. I'd say my favorite weapon. Oh, Gur says, Multiverse, you were right. People are now using the broker as an inventory. It was so easy to predict. I don't know. I don't know why the devs were dead set into doing that, into changing into changing the broker fee. But there we are.
You will never defeat me.
Now, there's always the possibility that that is by design. Maybe they wanted people to do that for some reason. But I can't imagine what that reason would be. Now, for increasing the prices of the items on the broker, I could see them wanting to do that because if you have to buy the Nebula Chroma for 2 billions on a broker, or if you have to buy it for $50 on the marketplace, you might decide to buy it for $50.
You will never defeat me.
So I could see that them trying to sort of increase the prices on the broker would serve them if they sell the same items on the marketplace. But for people using the inventory, I don't know why they would benefit from that. For people using the broker as inventory, I don't know why they would benefit from that. I'm not sure why I cannot. Doesn't matter. Like, you're supposed to be able to break out those sort of pillars, but somehow the other one was unbreakable. But there are things that seems obvious to an old warhorse like me. Like I've been playing DC Universe Online for like 14 years now. Never played a game that long. Never played a game as much as I did DC Universe Online. So it gets easy enough at some point to anticipate what will happen. But again, maybe the devs knew this would happen and they wanted it to happen. I guess that is always possible. But sadly, when you try to tell the devs, to warn the devs about something, and they ignore what you're telling them, well, you did what you could. You tried to warn them. They didn't listen. Too bad, so sad. There's nothing more you can do. Now, it's still a bit of a failure, sadly, on my part. It's something I've learned a long time ago. Like, even if way back on some production, let's say they were asking us to do things that didn't make sense. And we knew that it didn't make sense. I tried to warn them, it didn't make sense. But somehow they didn't listen to me. And then 1 month, 2 months, 3 months later, when it turns out that I was right, you would think that they would say, oh, Multiverse was right. Let's still listen to him next time. But even if I turned out to be right, even if it turns out that I was telling the truth all along, it was still a failure on my part because I was not able to convince my bosses that I was right. It's not enough to be right. You have to be able to sell it to your boss. You have to if you're trying to convince your boss of something, you have to sell him on what you're trying to convince him. Like in this case, if you try to convince your boss, people will use the inventor, the broker as bank space. Well, if you fail to convince him, even if you were right, you still fail.
Get any further.
But sadly, sometimes you end up in a lose-lose scenario. Because sometimes if you try to insist a little too much, you might get a little fired.
They won't forget
You
this.
shall pay for this.
If you try to tell your boss, this is the wrong move, the absolute wrong move, the very wrong move, this is a mistake. If you insist too much, your boss might decide to fire you. It's sad, but it happens. So I guess I have to destroy those first. Been a while since I played this mission. So sadly, sometimes it's a lose-lose scenario because if you insist too much, you'll get fired. And if you don't insist enough, you won't be able to convince your boss, and your boss will still blame you for whatever failure that happens.
You will never defeat me.
I know it's not fair, but sadly, that's how it is. Oh, we got some nice pants. Decisions. The pants are the better option. So let's equip our new pants. Yeah, it's a bit yucky putting on the mummy pants, but they're better than the ones we have. Oh, and I almost forgot. So I did mention our friend Ambush Bug earlier. So this here is another mission. There he is. This here is another mission where we can see our friend Ambush Bug.
Just joking. Ambush Bug is no soulless creature of the undead, or is he? Brains!
Scheme galore. Anybody doing a shaded comic giveaway? I think you're dreaming, my friend. Garth says, Anshodini says, hey Multiverse, what's that red energy that's going around your chest? Oh, that is from my chest piece. The electric Kryptonian red has a nice lighting effects that comes with the chest piece. I spent too much time looking in the chat. I got surprised by a small army of cucaracha. So let's get rid of that last mummy. So yeah, the red energy you see around the chest piece, that comes with the chest piece. The chest piece is called, let me show it to you. Oh, one, come on. Yeah, I need a new controller. So the chest piece is called Electric Kryptonian Red, and that is where the red lightning effects comes from. Girth has it always been like that with the devs, even back with the old devs team. Yeah, pretty much. The devs do what they want to do, and if you don't manage to convince them, too bad, so sad. The only difference is that the old devs knew the game better than the new devs. They knew the game better, and they knew the player base better than the new devs. So you would think that the new devs would try to benefit from the knowledge of an old warhorse like me, who knows the player base, who knows the game probably better than they do. Sadly, it doesn't work like that.
More of your powers. Do not hold back. Growing so weak. The powers of Shazam are mine.
Poor
Gur says members don't even get free rewards anymore. How sad. Sadly, the membership is not what it used to be.
What have you done? These vines will hold you close to me, dearest.
Pop says, "Did you see Superman is getting good reviews? Looks like there's hope." Yes and no. I've stopped trusting reviewers a long time ago. So when I see the reviewers give Superman last I checked, it was like 86%. When I see the reviewers giving such a high grade to Superman, I'm worried because the same reviewers said that The Flash was a masterpiece, and we all know it wasn't true. So at this point, I have no choice. We'll have to wait for. We'll have to wait to see the movie for ourselves. I saw the review of it. There is one reviewer that I still trust. It's Jeremy Johns.
In brightest day.
So Jeremy Johns said pretty much what I expected. So I kind of expect to have the same opinion as he did once I see the film. But you never know. Maybe I'll like it better than he did. Maybe I'll hate it more than he did. We'll find out probably next week. I don't think I will be able to go see the film this week or even this weekend. So I'll probably have to wait until next week before I can see the film. But also, sadly, the thing is, even if the movie gets good reviews, what about the audience? Will the audience go see the film? That is the real question. Because from what we understand, ticket sales dropped like a rock. Like the ticket sales started well enough, and then something happened, and the ticket sales dropped like a rock. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. Now, if the movie is good, word of mouth will probably convince people to go see the movie. But if word of mouth isn't as good as the reviews we have right now, then that's not going to be good.
Power is dropping.
Enough! Behold, a god has risen again.
Houdini, how do I get it? It comes from the Superman event we had some time ago, but I don't think you can get it anymore. Last time I said that I was wrong, so I will still show it to you. Nope.
You are lucky that I do not kill you here and now. You and Faust will both pay for what you have done.
Let's get the belt. Oh, he's gone. Oh, I'm so sad now. So for the chest piece, or for the electric Superman style, it comes from the Superman event. So if you go to reward reclaim marquee, so you see where there's reclaim all. You might be able to use a buyout option to be able to get it, but honestly, I don't know if you still have the buyout option. So take a look. If you do have the buyout option, then you will be able to buy it out. If you don't, well, you don't. Pops says, I guess it's best to just form your own opinion. Absolutely. Well, also, I love the Black Adam movie. When I saw the Black Adam movie, a lot of fun, lots of actions. Also, I don't hate The Rock like some people do. So to me, the fact that the movie was featuring The Rock wasn't a bad thing for me. But a lot of reviewers hated The Rock. The Rock hated the Black Adam. So Black Adam got a lot of bad reviews, and I didn't agree with them, obviously. So for Superman, again, I suspect that Jerry Johns, if there's anyone I would agree with, it would be him. And but at the end of the day, I wouldn't say I agree with him 100%. So maybe I'll see it, and there'll be some things that I love that he didn't like. Maybe there's something he liked that I'm not going to like. We'll find out next week. Gers says yes, some reviewers get paid to say the movie is good. It's not just that they get paid. Sometimes they don't get paid so much as they get access. Like very often they'll feel that they have to give a good grade to movie. Let's say they see a movie by Walt Disney. Let's say they see Star Wars. The best example is Christian Harloff for Star Wars. Christian Harloff gave a good review, a good grade to The Last Jedi, but he did criticize one or two things in the movie, but he still ended up giving it a good grade. He didn't say it was a bad movie, and he ranked it pretty high. But still, the next time that Star Wars uh, showed the movies to critics, he was not invited because he was not 100% positive about The Last Jedi. So sometimes it's not so much that they're getting paid with a check. Sometimes they get paid with access, or sometimes they get paid with goodie bags. Like I remember there was John Campia at some point who was very proud that no, reviewers do not get bought off by the studios, and then he was sometime after that he was showing like some goodie bags that he got that was like worth $10,000 that he got from the studios. So yeah, so maybe they don't give a check to the reviewers, but they will invite them to movie premieres. They will give them goodie bags that could be worth $10,000. So that is how they buy them off. Because also by giving them access, like if somebody gets access to let's say Superman early, then they can make a review about the Superman movie early, and they can get more clicks. But yeah, so as a rule of thumb, sadly, most reviewers we cannot trust them. The one again that I think is reliable is Jeremy Johns. Again, I don't always agree with him, but I know that at the very least he's always honest about his opinion. So let's try the hive base. Gerst says, I said I need a new controller too, long overdue. Yeah, sometimes the left stick pushes up. So sometimes you'll see, let's see if it happens here. It didn't happen. Like sometimes you'll see my characters moving forward without meaning to because somehow something got stuck in the left joystick. The worst part is or the scariest part is when it does that when you're going through the broker. You run the risk of buying, let's say, a very expensive item without meaning to when that happens, or selling an expensive item for $1. So yeah, I have. It's already in my. It's already in my basket with Amazon. I just didn't buy it just yet. I'm waiting to be able to buy a few other things first. Like I don't want to order just one controller, so I'm trying to wait a bit to order two or three things from Amazon. Let's click on our friend here. So I don't know if you've noticed, like with Pulse Beam, I can push enemies backward. It's one of the nice thing I like. It's like a tiny crowd control that I can do with my hand blasters. Love it. Yeah, I don't really need to click on those guys anymore, but why not? Pups, I liked the Black Adam movie. Maybe he had some problems with Doctor Fate, but overall good. Well, the one thing about Doctor Fate was the eyes. I don't know why they didn't give us the eyes of the character, and especially there's a scene at the end. There's one scene where we do see the helmet with the eyes. Makes me think that they just ran out of money. The movie was so expensive that in the end they did not have the money to be able to put the visual effects for the eyes. So they did it just the one scene that was absolutely necessary and nowhere else. And it still kind of worked. It gave a weird, uncanny look to Doctor Fate. So it wasn't a total loss. But I guarantee you, I'm pretty sure that it was supposed to get glowing eyes.
Repairs initiated. Systems damaged.
So you saw he was about to jump me, but before I pushed him back, I kind of canceled his attack. Oh, not this time. And here a block broke him. If you want to go into turtle mode, you will be blocked. Or you will be block broken, sorry. So let's save the little guy here.
Well, about time. Like I'd ever tell the hive anything about exobites.
Let's get rid of the turret over here. But yeah, Black Adam wasn't perfect, but at the time it was pretty darn good. And it had been quite a while since we had an actual action movie, and there was plenty of good actions in that film. So I was pretty happy overall. Yeah, we did have a female character that was maybe a little too smart or too competent, if it makes any sense. But sadly, it's pretty much a staple now. You have to have like a female character that's smarter than everyone else, and especially smarter than the main character. But I kind of like her, Sarah Sahi, I think her name is. I liked her from Person of Interest, but no, actually I liked her from Life before that. I saw her in Life, loved her. Then I saw her in Person of Interest, loved her. And I probably saw her in a couple of other places, and I really like her.
Thank you. Please make sure to tell Mr. Sting them. I didn't say anything about anything.
Repairs initiated. Swarm them. Systems damaged.
That stings. Sting them.
What for Black Adam, what really surprised me was the YouTubers. Like I mentioned, Jeremy Johns, but way back when there was let's say a few more YouTubers that I would trust when it came to movie, until they thrashed Black Adam. And the worst part is that it's not so much that they if they had seen Black Adam and they thought it's a terrible movie, that would have been one thing. But what they did is that they used the critics that were saying that the movie was terrible. They used those critics to be able to say that the movie was terrible. When most of the time they themselves would say, "Don't trust the critics." I guess they really wanted to take down Black Adam somehow, or they really wanted to, I don't know, say some not nice things about The Rock. But I was a bit disappointed by that. And afterwards, once the movie did come out, and once they actually did see the movie, then they tried to backtrack and say that the movie was actually good, but it was too late. The harm was done by then.
I had calculated the odds of
And the harm also to their reputation, I guess, was done. Gerst says I would. That's some way to buy them off. Is there goodie bags? Yeah, yeah. That's one way that they managed to do that. Completely forgot about this. Andrew Robinson asked, are there any solo missions to earn Champion of Olympus renown? No, not that I remember. You have to play
About time someone showed up. I have too much
the Gods and Monster raid, I think, and you have to play the Elite version. Basically, you have to play Elite missions, and there's for a long time there was no solo Elite missions, or even all we had was Elite raids.
This is Skeets. In his infinite intelligence, Booster Gold has been enslaved by Queen Bee's hypnopollen. If you want to free him, and I do mean if, you must destroy the hypnopollen generators.
The one thing you could do, Andre, sadly, that means that you're gonna have to wait until next January, is that when you play the anniversary event raid, there's one of the raids that you can play the Elite version of the raid. And when you do get the renown, you get the renown. You get any renown you like. So if you want to have renown from Champions Olympus, you can get that. If you want to have renown so no matter what DLC you want the renown from, that is what you can get. Sadly, that means waiting for next January. And you're gonna have to play the Elite version of the 8-player mission, and then you will be able to choose the renown you want. Evil Booster Gold.
I hate bullies.
You guys are freaking me out. They never stop. Show 'em who's boss.
So sadly for the Champions of Olympus, yeah, sorry, you're gonna have to get it the hard way. There's no shortcut for that one.
These guys are freaking me out. They never stop. We're recovering the exabytes by any means necessary.
Garth says, do you like playing elite raids? Not especially. Not so much for the raids than for the players.
I got my rights.
Skeets again. Booster's free from the hypnopollen, but he's still easily suggestible. Just ask him to open the door that leads further into the hive lair.
Well, that settles it. I'll never endorse honey. Not ever. Thanks for the assist. Not that I wouldn't have broken free on my own, eventually. I'll open the way for you to go deeper into the hive's lair. You're on your own, though. Come on, Skeets. I think I have some new exploration adventures to record. Let's go.
We still need to break a lot of barrels, so why not? Let's collect our reward. Ooh, some nice gloves. Let's go for the gloves. Oh, so the gloves did the trick. They were able to bring us to tier 2. Andrew says, and blasters are my favorite as well. I understand.
Dispatch, we're recovering the exobytes by any means necessary.
I fell in love with end blasters pretty much by accident.
That stings!
When Luther hears about this, you're going down.
Basically, when I created my Magneto character, I did seem like an appropriate weapon.
Detected. Defense response initiated.
And loved it. If I'd known way back when, that's what I would have started with. I would have started with flying, probably firepower, or maybe mental. But too late, too late. We cannot change the past.
That stings! Swarm them! That stings!
Oh, there we go again.
The science police are in Star Lab's pocket. Show them who's boss.
And they seem to... Oh, there it is.
These guys flying around saying zzz or sting them are freaking me out. Anyone? Just me?
So again, you saw we have our friend the ambush bug over here.
Sting them!
I guess we can go.
Intruder detected. Intruder detected. Initiating defense protocols. Alert hive soldier bees.
I could have sworn I forgot something important. Ah, doesn't matter. Andrew says the cross weapon mastery has a super powered pulse beam that is cool.
That stings!
plans for this room. You're gonna have to be more specific, Yellow. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
You little punk!
The hive mind has been breached. Overriding directive. Bring the exobytes to Brainiac. Bring the exobytes to Brainiac.
Bring the exobytes to Brainiac! Guards! Protect your queen with your lives!
Plans for this tune? I'm planning to take him to combat rating 600 at some point.
You are under arrest. I've always got your back.
Beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
I must be strong.
I have an electric character with my Flash character. Problem is the Flash is a speedster, and I kind of like to have flying characters. There's a few reasons for that. One of the reasons is that very often there are some abilities, whether you're playing as a healer or a troll, there are some abilities that work with line of sight. And sometimes if there's an obstacle between, let's say there's an obstacle between you and your target, your ability will not reach your target. Let's say you try to heal a target that's behind a wall, you're not going to be able to do that. As opposed to if you fly,
Keep away from her pollen.
if you fly up there, then there's not going to be anything that will block your line of sight, so you will be able to heal all your friends that are in the room, if it makes any sense.
Down, damn it.
So I kind of enjoy having a Flash character. I had to have at least one speedster. I love the Flash, but having a healer, an electric healer, that's going to be a good thing too.
Serve me.
Down, damn it.
So that's why I keep on playing this character, as opposed to there's other characters that once I reached level 30, I stopped playing those characters. But for this one, I don't plan to stop because that will be my flying electric healer, if it makes sense. Oh, I should probably pay more attention to what I'm doing.
You will make a fine drone, but you must learn obedience.
Star, I need backup.
Let's go for the ring.
Shield activated. Distress call sent.
Oh, and we got the trench creatures. So let's equip our new ring. And last time we were here, we did collect all the briefings and that kind of stuff. Oh, chesty chest. So let's pick that up and let's get out here. Oh, we got a new pair of boots. Let's take a quick look at the boots. They're good for the style and nothing else. That's fine. Andre, if they ever add a new superpower, I hope they use a Plastic Man. Yeah, that would be a fun power to have, but I hope that if they do that, they'll do a better job than Marvel Rivals did with Reed Richards. I have to admit, not too crazy about what they did. Not too crazy about their version of Mr. Fantastic. Yellow, I always watch your YouTube videos, but always wonder if you do much Elite content. Or the super endgame things, not really your thing. No, I did plenty of Elite content. I would have to switch. Nah, I'm not going to do that. I did plenty of Elite content. Let me switch. We're going to be pretty much done with today, anyways. So the next time. So if we take a look at our solos, so now we have access to tier 2 missions. So that is what we will do next time. As for Elite content, just to answer our friend here, let's switch to our multiverse character. I play plenty of Elite content, I just don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy the quote unquote mindset of most elite players. Oh, I exceeded. I should have expected that. Sorry, I'm not going to be able to show it to you right now. I have to renew my account, it seems. I'll have a bit of an announcement to make tomorrow. But right now, I have to go renew my legendary account. So guys, sorry if I won't be able to answer your question fully, Yellow. But no, I do play elite content. I just don't enjoy it. Too late. I was going to show you, but apparently the gods have decided that I'm not going to be able to show you. So guys, thanks to everyone who came to chat with us, and thanks to all of you guys watching. You guys are awesome. Have a good night, guys.